We're here from a damp-looking Singapore for the final round, or the final race of round 9 of the Contest of Speed Championship. My name is Dan, I'll be your commentator for this evening. Sat alongside me to join me in the graveyard shift once again is Pure Blades.
Longest one of the year, let's get it out of the way, mate.
Well, let's hope we get the wet session out in qualifying and the race will be dry. It's fingers crossed.
If it's a wet race, I will fall asleep. Slick tyres, I think, on the...
Yeah, all of them on slicks at the moment. First man out on track. Missing a lot of guys tonight. Officially, we're missing 4. Jay left the session just before we started streaming, so I don't know what exactly is going on with him. I don't know what the issue is. Hopefully, he'll be able to get back in. He'll miss qualifying, of course, but he will be able to put a setup on. Baker's switched to the Inters, I've just noticed.
Yeah, it's interesting that these guys are out on slicks.
Well, it's either...
Obviously, the rain's still coming down. It may have just started raining. Oh, Fenrique gets a bit of a tank slap there.
Yeah, it's either... yeah, Jay is back in. He'll miss qualifying, unfortunately, but he will be able to race. So, with the weather, it's either going to have... Oh, Fenrique is either sliding around a lot or he's lagging a lot.
And I think it is the latter.
Yeah.
I think he's lagging a lot, so
well,
that might not be good for him.
No, but the thing is, I can never judge it. We can never judge it from where we are. This is a North America-based server, and we are, of course, completely insane Brits sitting up late at night to commentate on it.
We will love racing.
We do. We do. Yeah, only 13 tonight. Dominic, it's a little bit disappointing, but it's the holiday season. People are away with their families
14,
and celebrating.
14.
14, yeah, Jay's back, of course, yeah. But the 4 officially that we're missing are Alp, who can't make it tonight. I don't know why, unfortunately. I hope everything's okay. Perry, he is away, having had a number of interviews on the West Coast, so we wish him all the best with those. The Undercut, he sent his absence report in a long time ago, like maybe just after last week's race, so that's a long-standing absence. Yeah, you have. So. And Stonewall Seth as well, he's sent his in last minute, so I think it'll be something to do with work for him. He's normally one who has to work evenings and nights, so...
Well, it's nice to see that the 14 guys we have got have made an effort to turn up.
They have.
So, especially the 2 English guys in the tier, or the 2 Irish guys, should I say?
Yeah.
On our time zone.
Yeah, Mitch back after his absence.
I think his absence last week was perfect. Because he got to see Juventus's win.
Yeah, he did.
This position. Got to have that emotion in the commentary box after the race.
It was good.
It was great.
And yeah, and I think Mitch, he's happy to be back in the car. Whether it'll be a permanent fixture or not, I don't know. I know next week he's got some of his mid-term finals and other exams. I don't know what the American exams are called. He said it's either finals or mid-terms. I can't remember which. Although the fact it's coming up towards...
Sorry,
yeah, there was an Alpha end plate as well down there.
Yeah. But I was just saying, either Fenrique's had an awful lap, or it is into conditions, and I think...
Well, Baker's gone off the Inters now, so I think they're all going out on slicks still, so... Let's see, who is out on a lap at the moment? Arba's just starting his... Big Slater! Big smash into the wall for Big Slater. And I think you're right. I think we're on the crossover point. I don't think Is that someone in the wall?
These lap times, I know Slater hit the wall, but 1:56.2 is just not. And Slater's staying out.
Yeah, we've got Raid Con and Wing It. Slater's beaten that time, 52.7, despite a big hit into the wall. So, never know. Let's go on board with our bar. Challenged for victory in Tier 2 on Tuesday. Only lost out to Robin.
Yeah, only Robin, and it was a dramatic last lap.
Certainly
dramatic
was.
last sector, shall we say.
Well, definitely.
Faramir sending it up the inside. He says it was more of a dummy than an actual attempt at a move, as Juventus does fastest.
He does, 150.1. Really lays down the benchmark for the quick guys.
And then, of course, as we saw, the racing point ended up in the wall.
Arbar's just put it in the wall as well. Too much throttle, the back end stepped out, and the end plate of that Alpha has gone.
And I think... well, it's either going to be him or Blank, and I think it was Blank who that other Alpha end plate was from.
Yeah, because he'd come into the pits.
Blank dived straight in the pits.
Yeah. Baker's the man I'm interested to see. He's coming back into the pits as well, having gone out on the mediums. Now, let's jump on board with Mitch. He's just coming out of the pits, so he went back in as well.
And he'll get out behind his friend, his good friend Blank. So, gives him enough room as well.
And we've got Juventus going slowly.
And a lovely pink helmet on Mitch today, pink and blue.
Yeah,
That's
pink
very
and
nice.
blue it is. Unusual for him. Normally he has ones that match the cars, but hopefully we'll get a chance to ask him about that later on.
Yeah, hopefully.
Dominic says it's finals time. Ah, there we go. Yeah, so Mitch has got his finals next week, so he'll probably miss Austria.
I believe I've just seen someone running the Senna helmet. Maybe Fenrico.
Okay, we've got a request to watch Mitch for slow speed cornering.
Dr. Bono. We'll see it in this. Oh no, is he on an outlap or? Yeah,
No, he's on. He's still. Yeah, he did drop to first. Slightly over-rotated. Yeah, over-rotating the car slightly. He's got a header blank as well.
Yeah, Blank let him through down at turn 3. I did see that.
Fair play.
And I'll be surprised if Blank's not backing up under the grandstand there, because that is too close to get some Singapore laps in.
Well, unless he's going for a tow.
There's an end plate in there.
That'll be Big Slater's end plate. That's where he had his big smash.
Yeah, there he goes. Just backing up a little bit, giving Mitch enough room. Doesn't want the dirty air, especially in the wet. With these slicks on.
Let's stay with Mitch then as he goes onto his flying lap into turn 1, 2, and then the left-hander of 3. I was going to say right then, but it's because I'm looking at it backwards.
Just relax, Dan. Compose yourself.
Something
He's
like you.
definitely a left-hander, mate.
Well, no, I was looking at Mitch's car head on, so he was turning to the right. Confused me. And we've got a car in the way. That's Callie, I think.
Callie, yeah.
And
Number 13 Haas.
Grugrox King is coming out on intermediates. This could be interesting to see.
I don't want to grass Callie up, and I'm not sure of the implications, but he did reset the track there. So, I don't know if there's any implications for that, but...
there would be if we were in a race.
Yeah. Yeah, Dominic, I was going to say that, but I wasn't sure, so I didn't want to put that out there without being sure.
Mitch struggling to get the power down. I think we're out of the crossover point. I think Inters are the better tyre now.
It's very possible,
and Baker going out on the hard tyre, I think it's essentially suicide in these conditions.
I will be very surprised if Baker's car manages to survive these laps on that hard tyre, because It's wet. He'll have no heat in the tyres. It's into conditions now, I'd say.
Mitch is going to finish the lap.
Did, yeah. I know, I was there.
Mitch goes second.
I was there, Dom, but I just didn't know if that was what it was for, or...
Let's have a look. We'll jump on board with Grugrock's King. He's the first man to venture out on the intermediates. Interesting enough, Juventus has gone back out on a fresh set of softs, so maybe the Inters are just a gamble from King.
And am I right in saying if King's top 10 on the Inters, he gets free choice of tyre?
You are correct.
So,
assuming it's a dry start to the race, we haven't had any word yet.
Start, yeah. Who's in the pits that I could possibly message? I'll give Slater a wee message, see if he can get me some information.
Let's have a look. Grugrock's King, 30.5 for Sector 1. He's looking a lot more composed than the other guys, but whether it'll be quicker or not, I don't know.
It's a whole different story.
Yeah, can you check the Sector 1 time for Juventus for me?
Juventus's Sector 1 was 29.4.
Okay, so it's second off the pace through Sector 1. What about Sector 2?
Sector 2, Juventus, 42.9.
Oh, King's round!
Spun it anyway. Yeah. It's a 42.9 for Juventus through Sector 2. It's nice to see Bodhod up there.
Yeah, he's been improving a lot recently, from what I can tell. He's up there on the mediums as well, which is a really good time.
It's still out on those mediums though.
Yeah, he's missing an M plate now though, so I would think we'll see him come in.
And are you aware of the glitch with this game, Dan?
Which one?
If you finish your last lap
after
the checkered flag,
then
destroys your tyres.
Mm-hmm. I am indeed.
Got a good look from Seth in the chat.
We have.
And I assume that's
Roland. Is it you?
3 hours ahead. Viable.
Especially if he's. It's 3 hours ahead of us, yeah. And especially if he's got an early flight. But, let's have a look. Let's wait and see. I'm sure he'll send a message at some point.
Yeah, Bodhod coming in.
Yeah.
Christmas do for Seth.
Yes, it's Roland. Good man. Early flight by any chance? Or are you just up at 5 AM just for the hell of it?
Just to watch some wonderful
just to watch AM1, who's on the track? Raycon. Had a bit of a torrid time in Tier 3.
He did. That's not healthy, Roland.
Oh, coming from you.
Mate, I get sleep.
Yeah, at the weirdest times though. It's like
it was dark when I went to sleep today. So.
Yeah, but you went to sleep at 4:30. Like, that's in the afternoon as well, everybody. Not in the morning, like we're going to have to do today probably, especially if the race is wet. But
that's what happens.
DK, massive improvement. It stopped raining as well. No wonder.
Yeah.
No wonder, big improvement. Stopped raining. I didn't clock that.
It's still a little bit of rain around turn 3, but it's more on the outside of the track. So I think this little front is moving away now. Yeah. So
you see, if I'm Bodhod, I'm not gonna set a lap because currently his fastest lap is on mediums, and he is the man in the prime position.
Juventus is coming out.
On what tyres? Soft still.
The softs, yeah. So we know he's on that balanced set of tyres. Well,
unless he's coming out on a scrubbed set.
It does say no laps on them, but
it's alright for some, isn't it? Roland's going to Kenya and Kilimanjaro today.
Well, in Roland.
Can I have a souvenir, please, mate? I'll take some fake ivory for just for keeps. I think that'd be fun.
Juventus has just pulled a move on Big Slater up the inside of turn 7. 1, 2, 3, 4's the king, 5, 6, yeah, turn 7.
Nice. Alright, so I mean, both McLaren boys, are they out on laps?
DK isn't, Raidcon isn't. Raidcon's stopped, basically.
He's allowing people through, isn't he?
I believe he's out of fuel.
Yes, he is, and he's in a really, really bad place to run out of fuel. He is doing his best, though. I can respect that, although he wants to get away from that part of the track pretty quickly. He's
if
right
he stops on the
line.
runoff there, if he could get stopped on the runoff here, I don't think that's going to be awful. Although if no one, he obviously knows more than us, so if no one's coming round, then...
Andreas is here.
Hello, Andreas.
Hang on. Isn't it 4 AM for you? What are you doing up?
Congratulations on the podium again.
Oh yeah, yeah. The lad's
Said it on
done.
the night.
The lad's carrying me at the minute.
Juventus is going for it. All or nothing on that dry line.
Let's have a look. Let's ride on board with him then.
Still pushing. I thought that might have been an invalidation down at turn 1, but no, he's still pushing. So... and unless we're behind, he is going to have that mad tyre wear on those softs, so...
I mean,
Baker.
the softs, yeah, Baker's jumped up. Yeah, he jumped up a while back. That's the kind of pace we expected from him at the start of the season. If he can hold it and keep it there.
I didn't see. I do apologise. There's Fenrique. Expected.
Yeah, 39.0.
His teammate he'll want to try and drop the gap in the constructors. I think Ferrari leads Mercedes. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I think you're right. Both Haas guys will start outside the top 10. DK will start at best in 3rd position. But Juventus now coming into sector 3. Under the grandstand. He's got 2 corners to go.
Pole if he wants it.
And he does.
He does want it.
No, 1.1 seconds.
And he's going to absolutely smash into the back of Raikkonen.
Certainly is. And Mitch is the next man, I think. Arbar takes pole position off him. The 2 Canadians lead the way. Mitch is the next man through. And he goes 3rd, 38 flat. Fenrique is on an in-lap, so he will not improve. So that's all she wrote then. Arbar takes pole position.
And it's interesting. Grugrot's King, wherever he finished, would have got free choice of tyre.
He would have done.
He did that lap on the Inters, so...
The 2 Haas boys unfortunately bringing up the rear. They would have expected to maybe be a little bit closer. Callie not setting a lap at all. But we'll see how they get on in the race.
Turned up from my son. It might... that's Ryan chat. It might be that the start's wet. So.
Yeah. If the race is wet, then I mean, I'm trying to think of
I'll
some
try
of
and
the
get
other,
a message to Mitch.
I'm trying to think of some of the times from earlier in the week, just to compare them, because we might be able to see if they're running a wet setup or not.
Oh, you mean, yeah, qualifying time.
Yeah.
Race time was 55 minutes for Tier 3.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a wet race and it's wet all the way, we will be here for the next hour and a half. So buckle up, everyone. Get some popcorn, get a drink.
I've got a drink.
I have a drink, although it's probably a bad idea for me to have a drink, because I'm going to go and relieve myself halfway through the race, which is not going to be fun.
You're going to have to leave me to commentate.
Yeah.
Although I do think I did an alright job on Tuesday when Thomas wasn't speaking. So.
Yeah, you weren't too bad. I haven't had a chance to watch it back yet, which I'm very disappointed about. I've been lapsing in me reviewing of my own races recently.
I'm not watching Tier 3. It's heartbreak.
Yeah, we didn't catch your incident on Monday. We just saw the aftermath.
What, the safety car?
Yeah.
It's raining! The heavens have opened upon Singapore!
They have, and it is heavy. Ooh!
Oh, save us Y2J.
Dominic has confirmed race is going wet to dry.
Do you have a time when it's going to go dry?
Not at the moment. Callie is the naughty man. He's getting the penalty point for pressing X. But it's from Juventus and Mitch in the Ferrari garage, that information, so...
You can do me a favour. You can do the formation lap, and I'm going to go get a drink.
Right. Crack
I think
on.
it'll be well needed.
Go, go, go.
Maybe some knickknacks as well.
Oh! He's bringing snacks up. I'm not going to let him eat them.
Go away. It's going to be the longest formation lap ever.
Are you going to get anything? Go on.
Yeah, I'm going now.
Well, crack on then. So, all on the intermediate tyres then. As we head around for this wet start. And the wet formation lap. So, Juventus has gone for a dry setup. According to Dominic in the chat. So, I would anticipate then we're going to see dry running probably between lap 10 and lap 15 at the latest. It might be earlier than that. We'll have to wait and see. Unless he's just going to try and keep pace. I mean, Andreas, I don't know whether to take that as a compliment or an insult. The fact that you're saying my voice and Blades' voice are lovely, or the fact that they're sending you to sleep. I'm not sure which way to take it, but thank you for the compliment. It's much appreciated. And I've just noticed, even though Blades even told me earlier on, we've had a follower as well while we were off air. So thank you to Bursey J for following us. Well, what's happened?
Absolute disaster. There's orangeade everywhere.
Oh, you bad owler. Have you tidied up?
I didn't tidy up downstairs.
Go tidy up downstairs. It's going to get all sticky and horrible, and it'll be minging.
I'll go put a towel on it. Right, hang on. Just let me dry my face.
I don't want to know what happened to you. I really don't.
Right, I was trying to hold it up because I nearly dropped my phone and I squeezed it.
Oh, you idiot.
And went everywhere, so. Enjoy the first lap without me.
Oh, I'm sure we will. I'm sure we'll have drama.
Oh, in fact, I'll stay for the first lap. I'll be back. Just 2 seconds.
See, Dominic, this is what you tune in for. Every week, whoever's here. No, from now on it should be me a lot again. But yeah, whoever's here, it's like a soap opera. But let's get ready to go in Singapore.
The longest race of the season, certainly the longest for us.
Yeah, certainly is. Lights out and away we go. Looks to be a good start from Arbar and Juventus. Mitch has had an absolute shocker, and Juventus has gone up the inside of Arbar to take the lead into turn 1. Mitch has got back through past Bodder, but he's under pressure from the Australian as they come down towards turn 4. It's all as you were now off the start. We've got Jay moving up a place. Slater's moved up a place ahead of Raycom. We're going to ride on board with Arbar as he chases the Ferrari of Juventus.
Massive lock-up from Mitch down into turn 7.
Yeah,
and this raid is coming down heavy now.
Yeah, Fenrique managed to get himself ahead of Bodher down that straight. And he's all over the back of Mitch's Ferrari now as well.
Very heavy rain now. Mitch is sat in 0 ERS. So...
yeah, I think we'll probably see Juventus start to struggle in medium to high speed corners.
Looked like Arbar just tapped the wall a bit there.
No wing damage, at least no visible damage. And we're starting to see a bit of a gap form here. Baker is dropping away from the leading group and forming a train behind him. .7 now the gap in front. Not as big a deal as it would be in the dry. No DRS of course whilst the rain is falling. Or indeed once it's stopped if the track is still treacherous. Just want to keep an eye on Arbar's Alpha because if Juventus is on a dry setup, as Dominic says, then if Arbar is on anything other than that, you'd expect him to close up, but he's actually dropping back, and I'm not sure if that's going to be dirty air or just the setup's not right if he's tried to hybridize it, or if he's just struggling generally. But you'd expect him to close in. It's not happened yet. We'll see how we get on. Playing good. Hello, welcome to Contest to Speed. Oh, see, that's a name I've not seen before. We hope you enjoy yourself while you're here. If you are new, if you're not, and I apologise. Thank you for following. It's very nice to have you with us. I think rather than watching Arbar chase down Juventus, we'll watch Fenrique try and chase down Mitch. Mercedes man I think is the quicker driver at the moment, but without the aid of DRS he's going to find overtaking incredibly difficult in these conditions. Yes, playing I do. I race on a Tuesday.
And I commentate on a Tuesday. So.
Yes you do, and you try and race on a Monday when you don't crash.
I do when I don't get taken out.
When you no, let's not muddy the waters here with you and your nonsense.
Floor is clean.
Oh, good. You've tidied your spillage, have you?
I've tidied my spillage.
Good man.
Indeed. And I do still have a drink, so...
I should hope so.
I didn't drop the glass.
Man can't be doing without his refreshing beverage.
My refreshing orangeade.
Yeah, Matrix making a really good point there. when the track dries out, if it dries out, of course. We've had weather reports in the past that have lied to us.
Well, like the rain coming in 10 minutes in the Tier 3 race.
Yeah, and then
the rain comes as Stumpy's coming across the line.
Yeah. Jay is in the pits. Is he making a gamble, or is that a fresh wing?
If he's making a gamble, it's fresh wing. If he was going for slicks, I would have openly called him an idiot.
I mean, the rain is still coming down. No, it's not Cookie. It's not Cookie. Oh, he's lost it. He spun it anyway. Has
Am I
Jay?
Did you just ask if I was I feel offended.
If when Cookie watches this back, because I imagine he will, especially if we tell him this, he's going to be rolling in the aisles.
He is. So it seems the only way back into this race now for Jay is
either a brilliantly timed pit stop or a safety car.
I won't put a safety car past this track.
No, we had one on Monday.
Yep. So,
and the rain's not coming down as heavily now, and Mitch is starting to close the gap back up. So maybe Mitch was a lot more dry oriented with his setup.
And that's nightmare for Jay. He's lost his right end plate again, so I think that chance of getting back into this race is now gone.
Just riding up front, I'm on board with Mitch. He's currently under-fueled, but Arbar's dropping away from Juventus. Yeah.
As is Blank, sorry, as well.
Yeah, the two Alpha boys normally do under-fuel themselves.
You're alright, Seth, don't worry about it.
Seth. Yeah, if Cookie was here, yeah, we would. I mean, we've got a mature audience certificate on anyway, but I think we'd need to put.
We do have a cos swear jar anyway.
Yeah, we do. My offer is still open. Actually, I'll put that to the America's tier. If anyone can create a cos theme tune for us.
Theme song.
Theme song, proper song, like the F1 actual theme song that Brian Tyler made.
The good man Brian Tyler.
Oh, Mitch! Mitch, total tank slapper, locked up the rears, came around, and just slid straight into the barriers.
It just showed you how tricky the conditions are out there.
And look at him locking up now. He's not happy on the brakes. And we'll see Mitch dive into the pits at the end of this lap, but at the minute he's holding up the likes of Baker and Slater, who were closing up again. Bodhod now the man in sort of no man's land, if we're honest.
Let's not forget his teammate still leads this race, so it'll be a good result for Ferrari.
Yeah, he does, but he's lost his wingman.
He has. He's lost his blocker, and I think
you win for Mitch.
A strong driver.
He is, and
I'm not sure how long he's going to be able to hold back Arbar.
No, Arbar is going for it. Juventus holds the inside. Arbar tries to sweep round and has the door slammed in his face. He's avoided a bloodied nose though. And we're going to carry on.
It is indeed, Andreas, it is. The swear jar involves gifted subs. So.
No. I mean, it does for everybody else. I refuse to. But going back to my offer before Mitch had this accident, if someone can come up with a COS theme song, I will gift them a subscription.
I won't. I don't have that sort of money, but you know.
Well, you got yours free because of Amazon Prime.
Yes,
which, interestingly enough, you can all do.
Oh, yeah.
You can all do as well at home. All 18 of you.
It's a good turnout for this tier, actually.
It is, actually, yeah. I mean, a couple of the guys who are watching are actually supposed to be driving, but are otherwise engaged. So, Big Slater has Oh, the two McLarens! We just saw DK slide off there. And I don't know if that was contact with his teammate or whether he just lost it by himself. No damage to him. But he has dropped down the field.
And I think that chat with Mitch about his helmet might be a bit out of the question now.
You never know. We've seen stranger things happen this week at this Grand Prix.
I think we get him in anyway to talk about it, because it is an interesting choice. If, as you say, he runs matching the car.
Yeah, he does normally have ones that either match or particularly contrast in a way that looks good. Arbar now looking for a way past Juventus again, but he's not quite close enough.
You don't work Fridays anyway, do you?
I do not at the moment, no.
Well, there you go, Seth. You don't have to give him vacation days. Hard graft. All the time.
Yeah, that's why I haven't been able to do it the last couple of weeks. I've recently started a new job, so I had training on the Fridays. So we've got Cali coming into the pits, fresh set of tyres and a wing, I believe.
I feel very, very privileged to be able to do this today, because normally I wouldn't be able to.
Oh no, you're finished now, aren't you?
Tomorrow. Yeah, so I'm finished for the year. I've literally got 2 bits to add to my assignment, and then I'm done for the year.
Nice. Juventus went a little bit deep there as they come up towards the grandstand bridge. So Arbar's allowing himself to close up a little bit. I think the best out of those tyres is going. Arbar's keeping it on the road a lot smoother than Juventus at the moment.
Very interesting part of the circuit, Sector 3. Sweeping under the grandstand and then back round. It's very technical, it's hard to do, especially in the wet if you are running a dry setup. So, it's nice to see that the majority of these guys have gone with the wet setup or a hybrid.
And Ray comes into the pits.
I don't think that's a new wing. See the McLaren team, it's a new wing.
Yeah, I think he went into the back of his teammate, if I'm honest.
They have to lift that car by hand because you can't jack it up.
And so I don't know about you, but on my screen there, and it's still the case, those tyres are slicks. They're hard tyres. Hard tyres on Raycon's car. I think. I mean,
it's suicidal.
I thought it was just a glitch because they were green, but
it's still raining.
I mean, this is a that's.
His rears on my screen are the inters. They've got the tread on them of the inters. I don't know if you can see them.
Well, when he was in the pit box, they were slick tyres, but they had green edges.
Yeah,
so
the rear tyres have got all the tread of the inters on them.
Can you imagine if you could mix and match, like you had treaded rears and then slick fronts?
Yeah.
Cali's in as well. Is he making a change onto, or is he? Yeah, Cali has left the session.
And I think that might be a reprimand because he hasn't retired. He's just left.
He has done it in the. Yeah, but his car is ghosted now. I think that's the main issue. But we'll jump on board and see. But
it was a new set of inters. In case anyone was wondering. And Raycon, I can't see the advantage of being on slicks now.
The only reason for it is so that he can play weatherman for DK. But Juventus really poor exit out of turn 4, but Arbar was too enthusiastic with the throttle. That Ferrari's so wide. Arbar's going to have to do it on the brakes, but not quite close enough.
The Ferrari and the Haas merging together as well. That was terrifying hybrid.
Yeah.
You know, Raycon's all over the place. This lap's getting close to 3 minutes.
Oh, ouch. I think. Do you know what? I think we're going to see a drive from Juventus like we had in Australia for round one. Which I think. Oh, well, you weren't there for that, were you, Blades? It was me and Tuspa. Yeah. And Juventus's defensive display in that race was outstanding.
And Raycon's come back in. I wouldn't be surprised. He knocked his wing off. There's got another one ready for him. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a retirement. Or is it... He's on to mediums now. Or is it inters? It's inters.
No, it's mediums.
So,
it's mediums. It is mediums.
The green wall medium tyre.
I'm not sure what he's playing. The thing is, it must not be long enough for it to dry out, for him to warrant going out on intermediates. That's the only thing you can think of now. That's the only reason. Juventus cutting the final corner there. That'll be a warning to his name.
Yeah, as Dom says, Claudio's going to be driving the widest Ferrari you've ever seen.
Yeah. Matrix saying that Blank is loving this. You say that,
I'm not
mate,
sure
but
is. He just picked up a penalty.
He has just picked up a penalty, and he's not really gaining anything. He's drawn in 6/10 over the last 3 laps, which, considering the conditions and the fact that 2 in front are fighting, is not a lot. I think we might see a move by Grugrox King on Baker. Indeed we do. Into turn 3.
Good result from Grugrox King last week. P7 I think it was.
And I think I missed Arbar trying to make a move. Juventus has held it, but Arbar's looking into turn 9.
Arbar jumpy on the brakes there, not wanting to run into the back of the Ferrari. Would be a disaster if he knocked his wing off now.
Now Blank's starting to push. Juventus with a much wider line. He should get a better drive out of the corner. Gets himself out of the slipstream. You can do about 20 on them, Andreas. I think they're similar to. Excuse me, similar to the hard tyre.
I know.
In terms of feasible range.
A full inter race is a 1-stop, but a full wet race is a no-stop.
Yeah, well, the fastest is to 1-stop in the wet, but you can no stop. And if there's a lot of traffic, then
that in the pits, I'm not sure.
And Juventus trying to dummy Arbar into the pits, but
and I'm willing to say it because I believe it stopped raining.
Blank is in.
And I think perfect timing for Blank.
I think it's too early. I think it's 1 or 2 laps too early. It depends what the weather was going to change to. He is on to hard tyres. No, he's good. He's good.
The pit crew weren't there on my stream. So
Blank is onto hard tyres, so he will now go to the end. Wing It is in as well. We'll jump on board to see what he goes to.
It's hard. Or is it?
It is. No, it's hard tyres. Hard tyres and a wing change for Wing It. Is Mitch coming in? No, he's staying out. Let's see how Blank does. He's battling with Baker at the minute, who's gone steadily backwards. But he's comfortably pulling away from Blank. I think Blank has come in too early.
And Wing It had a bit of a slip on pit exit there, sorry. So maybe you're right, maybe it is too early, especially for the hards.
It's only just stopped raining. You've got to give time for the track to drain away, for it to evaporate, clear up.
Jesus Christ!
What?
If you just go on board with Bodhard, just look at the wall coming out of this turn. And Bodhard's hit it.
No wing damage though. That's where Mitch went into the wall earlier on.
Bodhard's given a great clout of the barrier.
And he's struggling. He's really struggling. I think the track's dry now.
Certainly a dry line.
And the 2 leaders are coming in.
And Blank's going to lead this race. If he can get it together, Blank is going to lead this race.
No, I think Blank came in too early. I don't think it's going to happen for him. And
he's in
Juventus
traffic. He's in a lot
onto
of traffic.
hards. Abarth also onto hards.
Pit stop delta about 26 to 29 seconds.
Yeah, let's jump on board with Blank then and see where he is. He's just coming out of the final corner. He's lost so much time. But I suppose he
got
had
in
to.
So much traffic there as well. Sector 3 yellows. Maybe for people slowing for the pit entry it is. And Bodhog runs wide on exit, that'll be a warning.
Let's have a look then at the interval. So Blank has lost 4 seconds as a minimum in that pit stop window.
And Alp's in the chat, egging on his teammate.
Indeed he is. Saying that Fenrique can do it for Mercedes. Interestingly enough, DRS hasn't been enabled yet, unless I've missed that.
And I think I know the reason why Blank lost that much time. He is missing his left end plate. So...
yeah, and that will have been after he came out of the pit, so he's got to go to the end on that, unless he wants to stop for a fresh set of mediums maybe, or even a soft set later on. Although I know from last night you can go a fair distance with the left side of the front wing missing like he has, and not have too much of an ill effect.
Just gonna ride with the wing because I think Bodhog clouting the barrier has pushed it back into a more suitable place.
Oh, look.
It has.
Yeah, it has. I think Blank hit it as well. Fenrique though all over the back of Slater, who is in turn all over the back of Bodhog, so we might get a DRS train forming here.
Interestingly, Blank with wing damage just set the fastest lap.
Yeah, it's those hards will be up to temperature. I think we'll see Juventus set his, or Abarth even set the fastest lap next time round. I'm going to stay on board with Fenrique because I think we're going to see a move from him on Big Slater.
I think, did I see DRS enabled? I'm not sure.
You did, yeah, DRS is enabled. Fenrique close to the back of the racing point. Can he make the turn? Yes, he can, but Slater's going to keep fighting for it. Slater holds it round the outside.
Ballsy move from Fenrique there. Stick his car up the inside. That's so tight down there at turn 8. It's... I have to admire the dedication. King's out. I'm not sure where.
King is out.
I'm not going to get a good look at it either. Unless someone was coming up to lap him. Pit lane?
I don't... yeah, fresh tyres are on.
Fenrique is braking so much later than Slater coming into that third sector and under the grandstand. I can't see a way that Slater keeps this position now.
Juventus with the fastest lap at the moment. I'm sorry everybody if you can hear me yawning. I've got a bit of a fit of it. I've got a bit of a yawning fit going on at the moment. Forgive me, it's the first time I've been up this late in a couple of weeks. It's 10 to 3 in the UK right now.
You said yawning and I went for it.
Yeah, I know, it's one of them things, isn't it? It's infective. So, Fenrique now, all over the back of Big Slater. Easy move for the Brazilian. In the end, Slater's forced to give up the place.
Smartly enough, Slater backed out of that. He did have the inside
I think there was a little bit of contact with Fenrique there.
No damage on the Toro Rosso.
No
visible damage
none
anyway.
on the Mercedes either. So they're
But
both...
he just saw. It did look like a hit, but I was on board with Enrique and I didn't say anything. A bit of decent, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, those two will probably be some of the hardest to connect to one another. Brazil and Australia. Arba now within half a second of Juventus. We've got a yellow flag in sector 2. And it's wing it. Or has he just been up? Yeah, wing it, no front wing.
No front wing. Oh yeah, must be the whole nose of the car. I'm not sure where he would have lost it. Coming out of the hairpin, maybe.
Over the Anderson Bridge on the left hand side. No, the right hand side even. I can't even get my left and right side. Luckily for him though, if he stops now for mediums, he can make it to the end. It'll be a struggle, but he can do it.
And you missed the change of lead.
I did indeed. Juventus has fallen down behind Arba, although not totally unexpected to be fair, being within half a second and having DRS.
And it is a shame that we don't get the third DRS zone, but great racing nonetheless, as our first 3 races this week have proved, and that is going to be crucial.
Yeah, potentially so. And hang on, is Juventus missing the right end plate? Yeah, he is.
He is, yeah. I mean, if he's been driving with that all this time, fair play.
If he had, I'm not sure though. I don't think he has.
Arba's got 2 warnings, so he's not far away.
No, I think we could see. Well, I think we will see Arba get one before the end of the race. We've got 16 laps to go. But if I'm being brutally honest, it's Arba's race to lose from now.
And he does deserve it after Tuesday night.
He does. He was unlucky not to win. Was it penalties that Robin got him on, or did Robin actually win on track?
Robin managed to get past him. Robin won on track. But he only managed to get past him because Arba went in the wall down just after the second sector split, where Varamir crashed. And Robin managed to get past them both.
Big Slater's managed to get through on blank down the first straight. That isn't really a straight, it's got a kink in it.
Hot left end, it's a bit like Vietnam. Vietnam's kink looked very harsh though. It looks.
Oh, you're on about that? I thought you were just talking about the country. And I was thinking, can we say that?
No.
You're on about the track. We're up to 22 viewers. Thank you all for joining us. We hope you're enjoying the stream.
Yeah, it looks like a very tight kink in that long straight.
Fair play.
And if it's boring and hard to overtake, then well done, Herman Tilke. You just added another moniker.
Is it a Tilke track? Hanoi?
It is a Tilke track. Yeah, and I can't remember who said it, but well done, because Mitch did drop down again to the first gear there.
Yeah, Dominic making the point, and been proven correct again. Mitch instantly now. Mitch right on the back of DK. And Mitch playing catch up, and to be fair to Mitch, he's not. I mean, P7 is probably the best he's looking at, barring some major incident or a safety car, but
it is certainly not where he would have wanted to be.
No, but given what's happened,
but I think Mitch might be running an extra pit stop to everyone else.
What was that? Sorry, mate. I phased out while I was reading the chat.
Yeah, Mitch is running an extra pit stop. So,
do you think?
He came in when he broke his wing and put more inters on. and then back in for the herds.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
That'll be why he's so far behind.
He's making a move around the outside of DK, locks up a little bit, but makes the move stick. Great move from the Ferrari man. And now he's got a big gap to blank to hunt down. Once he can clear DK out of DRS range. Mate, you snorting something? What was that?
I've got a sore throat. It's picking up a cold.
Dear.
But I shall soldier on.
So you do more than I would. I would rinse it for everything it was worth.
As the British tend to do.
Juventus just dropping outside of DRS range of Arbar now, and I think that could be game over.
I think, like you said, it's Arbar's right to lose now.
So a penalty for Arbar and or wing damage or any other catastrophe. That's all Juventus needs, but you never know what could happen. And
Mitch is staring P6 dead in the face.
Blank's just come in and the crew weren't ready for him. New front wing going on the Alpha and a fresh set of mediums. But that does promote Mitch to P6.
DK to P7, but Blank will have fresher, softer rubber to go at. So he's 8 seconds back now. He just dropped behind Baker as well. So.
Yeah, but he should easily clear Baker. He's within a second of him. In fact, I'm going to jump on board because he should have DRS. Indeed, he does. Is he close enough? No, he's going to stick behind. Oh,
It's
so
nice to
much
see
more
the Williams
grip, though.
going quicker in the Alpha.
Oh,
switch back.
Come on, Blank. A little bit of contact there. Baker gives him the room. Blank swoops through round the outside of the Williams. Those fresh tyres.
Rubbing is racing, so as long as you're fair. So
it'd be nice actually going and talking about in the chat. Both Andreas and Dominic saying that it would be good if we could have some sort of feature where we could bring out a safety car. It would be nice if it was something like Project Cars 2, where you have with their streaming system, so you can have two commentators, a director, and then they can change the cameras and all sorts of stuff like that. If we could have something similar where you add, as you say there, Dominic, a race control. So it would be interesting. I'd certainly enjoy it.
Oh, of course. Get 24-man lobbies. Simple.
Yeah, 23, 24-man lobbies would be good.
We can have race control in the party with us. Call out a safety car.
Yeah, we could.
Because I think this race could do with a safety car, in all honesty.
Yeah, it's starting to get a little bit stale. Everyone's sort of settling down, although Mitch is on a charge. Second caught up to Bodhod that lap, and he does have time.
Well, I do need to have a word with Matty about that. He said the safety car in Singapore was the first for Tier 3 this season. He's wrong. Because we had one in Russia.
Indeed we did.
And like Andreas said, it was in the middle of the racing line down the end of the straight. Was the stricken car, so which I believe was Camping Ducks Toro Rosso. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm not that gifted in the memory department, if I'm being brutally honest.
Oh, you do surprise me.
I mean, I'll be honest, most of the Tier 3 races sort of blend together unless they're particularly exciting.
Well, I hope Singapore lives well in the memory.
It certainly does. It was a cracker on Monday night. Which, perfect segue. Plug number 1 of the evening. If you want to go and have a look at some of our other races, you can do so. If you head over to YouTube and have a look at our YouTube channel, all our previous streams are on there. They're all uploaded after the race. as this one will be. If you've missed any of it, you can go back and have a look at your own leisure. There's a couple of other events we've had on there as well, against other leagues and internally, so there's plenty of action for you to catch up on if you've not ever seen us before. If you are new here, actually, and you're in the stream, make sure you give us a follow. Hit the follow button. Subscribe as well if you're feeling generous.
No, I was about to start talking politics there, but
Please, no. This
I'll keep it for after the stream.
That's the one. This is about racing. We're not bothered about the politics now. But interestingly enough,
Use that phrase a lot today, don't you?
I have, haven't I really?
Yeah, you have.
Fenrique has closed up nearly 1.5 seconds to Juventus, but Juventus is now holding ground on Arba, so Fenrique is the man on the move.
You mentioned Mitch on the church.
Yeah, Mitch as well. Yeah, he is closing.
Fenrique's gonna be in.
He's in with a shot at the win here.
Striking distance. He's gonna be within striking distance of Claudio before too long.
I honestly think Fenrique might have a chance at the win here. If this pace holds.
Does already have a penalty though.
Yeah, he does, but all he needs is for Arba to get one. It's only 1-1 in a way.
Exactly.
In fact, I think Arba might have had one. Can you just double check?
Arba has.
I've told you already, you two. I will gift a sub when someone creates as a COS theme song.
Arba's still got his 2 warnings. So.
Okay. So I said earlier in the party, if Contest of Speed ever gets to a point where we become a professional outfit of some description, either we have a professional esports team or we grow our audience to the point of being able to support ourselves financially.
If this becomes a job, basically.
Yeah, and then I am getting the Contest of Speed logo tattooed on my body somewhere. I don't know where yet, so, and I'm not asking for suggestions either.
Left cheek.
No. No. Dominic, you've got competition. Bodhod, incidentally, has already sent in a submission for that one.
Interestingly enough.
I didn't say it again, did I?
No, you said incidentally, but... yeah, we get to choose where.
No, you don't. No, you don't get to choose where. I'm not having this. This isn't a Thomas with the eating a shoe thing.
Thomas ate a shoe? What?
Yeah, in season 2, at one point, Thomas said that if Smarto could make it on the one stop at Germany, soft to medium, he would eat his shoe.
Oh dear.
He couldn't, as it turns out, but Wingit's out.
Yeah, so...
that's in the pits though. Fresh tyres.
Harry? He's gonna score some points.
No, he's not. Wingit will get the final point.
Wingit gets the point. Oh. That's a shame.
Yeah, we've stayed on board with Fenrique. I might just jump across to DK actually, because Fenrique, although he's not quite within the second, DK is also hovering on the boundary.
I think Mitch's charge is just stuttering a little bit.
He's
not gaining as much.
He's still gaining time, still gaining around a second a lap. Fenrique now in DRS of Juventus.
But if If anyone who can get a hold of Mitch or is talking to Mitch is hearing this, you need to push, son. You haven't got long enough.
I'm
10
sure he
laps
knows.
left.
Yeah, I agree with Alp. Alp in the chat has just put that Fenrique's on for the win. And I have to be honest, I agree with him. I think he's favourite.
He would say that as a dirty Merc driver. Love you really, Alp.
Yeah, we do. We wish you were here, mate. You would have made this race a lot more interesting. You'd have been in this battle as well. Oh, all over the gearbox of that Ferrari. Yeah.
I think smart enough to wait to get it done.
Maybe Matt, yeah.
Is still under fuel. He's on the boundary.
Yeah, Matt's just made the same point in the chat. He says maybe he's saving fuel, that's why he's dropping away. Although we say he's dropping away, he's pulling away now from these two behind him. Juventus and Fenriquez, they're battling for second place. And this could be it.
All Fenriquez.
Yeah, Fenrique has it. Juventus doesn't fight too harshly. He knows this isn't his race right now. He just needs to keep going.
The podium's still on. It's still there.
It certainly is. Big Slater 4 seconds back. He is closing in, but not particularly quickly. And
4 seconds back and with a penalty.
Yeah, so I think damage limitation should be in Claudio's mind right now. Go for third. Keep it
Claudio,
clean.
baby, stay cool.
We'll bring you the visor.
The white visor. Felipe, baby, stay cool. Bring you the white visor, stay cool.
And Fenrique sets off after Arbar. 2 seconds the gap. He has 8 laps to catch and overtake him.
You can see the rear wing.
Mitch, meanwhile, closed the gap down to 15 seconds since we last checked. So I think he's heard the message. He is pushing.
Head down, push now, Mitch. And you need to be within straight. On it for you, Dominic. With 2 1s. Fenrique. A penalty and 2 1s. Claudio. 2 penalties.
That's meaty.
Slater. Just a penalty. So. And Bodhard also with a penalty. Mitch is winning the Wizard Award. As always. And if you were wondering, Blank's got a single penalty and 2 warnings.
You might as well check the last 2.
Yeah, I suppose.
DK and Baker.
DK has a penalty and Baker has...
Okay. So everyone with 1 or... Well, everyone with 1 penalty apart from Mitch and Juventus, who have 2 and none.
No, yeah. I was going to say, I thought you were saying both had 2. Mitch would be very offended if you found out.
Nah, Mitch knows I wouldn't do that to him. I wouldn't do him dirty like that. Fenrique now has closed the gap to just over 1 second. If he can get himself down under that second barrier, he will have DRS to attack the Alpha and go for the lead. Or does he choose to sit behind, recharge his ERS battery, force Arbar to keep himself in front? It's a tactical game. When do you make the move?
Slater's just cracked into net P3. I'm just wondering if he can hold that.
I think if I'm Claudio now, I'm considering maybe stopping for softs in a couple of laps' time.
Fastest lap. I mean, he's got the gap back to Mitch. He'd fall behind Bodhard.
He would, but Mitch wouldn't put up any resistance. Blank might though, and I think he would fall behind Blank. Depending on when he stops, I think he might, so that could be something to bear in mind.
He would not fall behind Blank. Blank's 37 seconds back in the lead. and which means the gap's about 33 to 35 seconds, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
It's fluctuate. So, and blank in. He knows he's not going to lose his points, so...
Yep, he's getting P9 at the worst. Soft tyres and another front wing for the Alpha.
And it looked like they weren't ready for him, but...
Fenrique within DRS range of Arba. We could see a change of leader. From what I've learnt about Fenrique and his particular style of racing in the 8 and a bit races that we've seen of him, is that he's not going to wait for this. If he can get past, he's getting past.
I think you're right, mate. I think you're absolutely right. It's a nice attitude to have, but if it goes wrong, then...
He's very much like his famous compatriot in that respect. Arba losing the back end a little bit, and that's allowing Fenrique to have a look down the outside. There could be a switchback opportunity, and he's taken the end plate off, and that's going to be it. That's going to be it. We were set up for a nice duel for the last 6 laps or so, and
just
now
got on the power too early. And
well, he tried to.
Alpha.
He was trying to have a switchback, wasn't he, and sit on the outside to swoop through.
And I was having absolutely none of that.
And it's not all over for Fenrique just yet. Arba needs one warning, and then they're on level terms, and Fenrique was the quicker man, so depending on how severely he's feeling that damage, it might just have evened the two out. He is in DRS range now, so it's a possibility.
Check if Mitch is still winning the Wizard Award. He is completely clean.
I think some wishful thinking there, Dominic. Even Claudio is 4.5 seconds back at the moment, and Slater's going to get him as it stands.
Slater might get it on the track.
Yeah, he might do at this rate. In fact, he's just about within that second already. And look at this, Fenrique's not dropping away, not at all.
It is the right end plate off, so maybe causing a few issues, but I think he'll be able to soldier on and keep his position.
I think you're right. And you
it seems that I might be Slater's good luck. We might be Slater's good luck charm.
Maybe, yeah. Last time we saw him, he was on the podium. That was in Canada, nearly a month ago now.
Yeah. Was it me and Thomas for America? And then I think it was,
yes,
yeah.
I think it was.
It was me and Thomas for America, and then me and Mitch did it last week. Not the return to AM1 Mitch would have hoped for, but...
No, but he's still in with a shout.
Of course he is, yeah. He's brought that gap down again a lot.
9.5 now the gap. Just to remind you, when he first started this, it was close to 23 seconds.
6 more seconds, son.
6 more and you've got him, unless Bodod's got some other penalties. Fenrique's still in DRS of Arba, but he's starting to fall away. Slater all over the back of Juventus.
Through that first series of turns was Fenrique by the look of it. When I checked on Bodhod's penalty situation. just the one extra warning from when I last checked. So.
Okay. So what's that? 1 or 2 warnings away from his next penalty.
2 warnings away.
Okay.
But it's not out of the question.
Nope. Blank is certainly not picking up the Wizard Award at the moment. He's had a lot of penalties in this race. I'll be honest, I am starting to flag a little bit. 20 past 3 after a full working week is taking its toll on me.
You'll be alright, mate. Yep. 3 more laps across the line.
I've not had my Red Bull. Well, not my Red Bull. I'll have a Carabao, but I don't have one on me.
Your choice of energy drink as a Chelsea fan.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry to give away your sporting allegiances there, but had to be said. Monster Energy is much better. But Monster Energy is massively overpriced, so...
They're all overpriced.
Other energy drinks are available.
They certainly are, including some that have rather funny names that we can't say on stream because we'll get shouted at by people in suits who have no friends.
Slater, going to say people in a plane and refer to Roland.
No, Roland wouldn't care. Roland will find it really funny, but yeah.
Oh, they wouldn't shout at you.
Here goes. Yeah, he would. He would if I did something wrong. Slater, a bit of a nudge on Juventus.
From cloudy over there.
Juventus using his defensive driving again. Brilliant as always from the Canadian. Weaving though, and I think that was by way of an apology or a thank you to Slater.
Oh, Slater looked like he was going to stick it up the inside of the hairpin there.
Yeah,
Roland's asking what's funny.
I'll message you after the race, Roland. I can't say it on stream.
Because you get shouted at by people in suits.
With no friends, yes.
No friends.
That's the one. Fenrique still within DRS of Harbour.
Come on, Juventus, no more penalties, keep it clean, son. And there it is for Fenrique, and this race is over.
It certainly is. He's now close to dropping back behind Slater now as well. So what's Fenrique got? Is that 9 seconds? Or 6 seconds. So 6 seconds would put him.
Juventus on 6. Slater 1 warning away from 6.
Okay, so he's on 3. So yeah, Slater's not going to jump up to second place. Oh, Juventus runs very wide and very deep, and again.
He's there again though. That end plate. He's managed to soldier on and keep it going, missing the
this
right
is it. This could be it. This could be it round there. Into turn 9. Careful, the track gets narrow, boys.
Don't do it here. I tried to do it here on Mitch in a practice race and it didn't go well for me.
Slater clearly the faster man.
Claudio weaving again, I think apologising once again.
I'm not so sure. I think that one's more of a get out of my slipstream.
Very possibly, very possibly.
Slater's going to have 2, maybe 3 more chances at this.
We'll have one into the first corner, but I don't think he'll be able to make it there. It will definitely have one.
Into turn
coming to the end of the straight.
Yeah, into turn 5, 6, 5 or 6. Anyway, whichever. You can't look, it's just 6 then.
Well, this is a little kink. That's 1, 2, 3. This is 4. Coming up to 5's the right-hander.
All he needs is a good exit. Let's ride on board. He got one. DRS is open.
Overtake enabled. And Claudio is going to keep the inside line. Oh, bit of wheel banging.
And forces Slater wide. That's... I mean, it'll get him on penalties either way, but it's always nice to do it on track, isn't it?
It is.
See, Juventus weaving again. I don't think it's apologies this time. I think that's get out my slipstream. But I'll wait until the end of this straight, and then I'll need to jump away from this battle to go and see our race leader.
I will stay on board with Slater. And Claudio just clouted the barrier that was sticking out of the wall, so...
Let's jump across then. Arbar, 3 corners to go. Make that 2. Make that 1. As he comes through the final turn to take the checkered flag and the fireworks in Singapore. Arbar wins the race. Fenrique in second. Juventus will come home third on track, but be overtaken by Big Slater. Bodhard, look at Mitch all over the back of Bodhard. 1 second the gap now as they come across the line.
Well done, son. Well done.
That was a mighty drive.
You.
Mighty drive from Mitch to close that gap down.
Should we get him in here?
Mitch takes P5. I think we'll get... I don't think Fenrique does interviews, so we'll get Arbar, Slater, and
Mitch.
Either Mitch or Juventus. I'll leave it up to you.
I'm going to bring Mitch in because I do want to ask about his helmet.
Fair enough. Do you know what? I'm gonna throw you a hot potato. I'm gonna leave you to do the interviews.
Oh mate, please don't. Mate, I'm not ready for this.
No, I'm going to do it because I think it'd be funny.
No, please no. I'm not doing them.
So what, you're just going to sit there in silence?
Yes. Help me.
Fine.
I've not evolved far enough to use or to do interviews yet.
I mean, you've barely evolved the ability to stand up on your own 2 feet, so...
Shut up.
Sorry, we like each other, really.
Yeah, we just riv each other for the purpose of making it interesting on commentary.
Yeah, we do. Keep the entertainment flowing.
Of course.
Yep,
and I've just realised the track map I've been using. It's actually raining in the background. But the track map I've been using all week still has the Singapore sling on it.
Oh dear.
So
let's moving swiftly on.
Still turn 10.
Yeah, moving swiftly on. Arbar wins, as you can see there. Final confirmation of the results. Fenrique and Slater complete the top 3. Cali is classified as P10, but he will drop down behind Wingit and Grugrox King, as they finished ahead of him in terms of laps completed whilst actually driving. Raycon and Jay, your other 2 retirements, as they went out early on. Raycon going into the back of his teammate, which compromised both their races. So, whilst we get these guys in for a chat, let me run one of my ads.
One of your lovely ads that I don't get, because I'm a lovely subscriber.
Oh, so we will see you all in about 60 seconds. Thank you. It's alright, if you subscribe you don't get it.
Yeah, I don't believe you. You're going to leave me to do that.
I would have done it, would have been funny.
I mean, I'll talk to Mitch, I'll ask him about his helmet. Oh.
Every promise I don't.
Yeah, yeah, it's not good, mate.
Yeah. It could be worse. It could be Cookie talking to Kevin.
Let's not talk about Cookie.
No, not at all.
So, as will be the new tradition, we'll get the winner's car up from the showroom. Right, welcome back everybody. All the guys are here. If you can all make sure your audio is set to be shared. My lovely co-commentator will be doing the interviews this evening.
No, I won't, Dan. Come on.
Bless. He's probably
Not
worried.
evolved this far.
That's alright, I'll carry on. Let's start off then with third place, Slater. Not so bad, not so bad. Congratulations. You went a little bit under the radar in that race until the final couple of laps where you were hunting down Juventus in his Ferrari. Were you aware of the penalty situation, or was it just a case of I'm gonna have a go at him anyway?
I just wanted to go out anyway, might as well.
Yeah.
Want a show, you know, so there's no point just sticking behind them. I just tried my best to overtake him. I had a bit of low down for a setup. He was quick on the straight, it was very hard to overtake him.
Fair play. So there's no shame in staying behind him. The man is renowned for his defensive driving, so to have as much of a go at him as you did, I was impressed.
Yeah. Do my best. All you can do.
Yeah. So second podium for you now. It's getting to be a bit of a habit. Are there any tracks coming up you're looking forward to? So Austria next week, before the Christmas break, and then Monaco when we come back.
Yeah, Austria will be very strong. I'll be up there. Just keep it in the track limits.
Yeah. We'll keep an eye out for you then next week. So, anyways, congratulations again on P3. We'll see you soon. Well, moving on then to our race winner, Abba.
Oh man, it's been a really good week.
It has for you, yeah. Go on, talk us through your race.
Well, I mean, I think Juventus was gonna run away with that once we switched to dry because he was running a quicker setup, or he was a lot quicker than me, but then he got a bit of damage and I was able to kind of inherit it from him. So I think there was a bit of luck there, and then I just, had enough of a gap to Fenrique that it just wasn't enough laps for him to, make a really solid move.
Fair play. So we saw that you weren't pulling away from the guys behind you at any point, and a couple of guys in the stream were commenting saying that obviously you were under-fueled from the start. Was it instead of pulling away, were you using that opportunity to save yourself some fuel, or was it just you didn't have the place to pull away?
I was running just about zero fuel for the whole race, but I was definitely making sure I was topped up on the ERS. The wet setup that I was running in the dry conditions, I was pretty uncomfortable with it, and once I knew that the guys behind me had penalties, I figured it'd just be best to be consistent, and if you have to defend around there, it's a fairly easy defense.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But congratulations on your victory. You are voted driver of the day as well by the audience, so not a
Much
bad
deserved after not getting it on Tuesday.
Thanks. Yeah.
So hopefully we'll see you again next week, and hopefully I won't see you on track next week. But
because you'll put it in the barriers down at turn 1.
That's a very high probability, if I'm honest. But anyway, moving on then to the final man we want to have a chat with, and now I am going to hand over to my co-commentator, as this was his request to have him in the party. Mitch.
So first, what a great fight back from you. How did it feel coming back through to, was it P5? I think it was P5.
Yeah, I ended up getting P5.
Obviously, an early crash. How did it feel managing to get back through the field and back up to 5th?
I mean, I think I would have had the pace to at least win the race, if I'm honest, but not quite sure what happened. I know I got hit, so got me on into the barrier, and I just fought back, just head down, fight back. I almost did something stupid, and that would have been putting the medium tire on, but yeah, I'm gonna just head down. I think my move of the day was going into the pits on the dry tire, to be truthfully honest. Couple slow guys, and I decided to use all of pit lane. I don't know. That might be investigated, but they were under the speed limit. I was under the speed limit, so.
They all count.
Yeah, it seemed like an excellent move coming onto the hards when you did. He certainly had some good pace. Were you confident with those hards on?
It's odd that, honestly, like I did like a little practice beforehand just to get warmed up because I did obviously race yesterday, and the hard tire was not something I ever wanted to touch if the race was dry. Tonight would have been a little different, I think, just knowing I would have been near the front and not having some of the aliens around. But I found out probably 30 minutes before the race that my wet setup was amazing on the hard tire, so I was okay with that.
Yeah, it certainly looked like you were flying in those last 20 laps after it went dry. The last thing I want to talk about... Oh, sorry, mate, go on.
I was just going to say, I know the gap was 33 seconds. Hot.
Yeah, it was a hell of a fight back to reach.
And not that they were going any slower. I mean, their times were just as quick as anything I saw on Tier 2 on the hard tire. I just apparently found a little bit of pace on the hard tire, so kind of nice to be able to do that.
The last thing I want to ask you about, mate, is I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you changed your helmet design. Because from what Dan says, you usually go with something that's matching the car or contrasting with the car. If you have changed it, just a bit of insight on the change.
Yeah, so I normally, me and Dan, we've raced together a long time. Oddly enough, they have the same taste in helmet, except I've always gone with white, you went with black, but yeah, I've always stuck with something that's stuck to the car. But I went with pink and blue for, and it's going to sound probably a little weird to some people, but some people do know that my father was diagnosed with cancer the past, I don't know, a couple months, but he's been battling cancer. And it's just for breast cancer awareness in male, so that's why you see the blue and the pink have a combined ribbon. So that's what the meaning is behind it, and I'll wear that until he beats it.
It's very respectful, Mitch. It's brilliant that you're putting that out there. And obviously, if we get a good audience, you're racing in America's tier 1, so it's nice to see you putting that out there and raising some awareness.
It certainly is.
In a way that I don't think many people would think of.
No.
Yeah, it's not something you breast cancer in a woman seems common, but unfortunately there is a 1% that is male that kind of goes unforgotten, and they have to fight it just the same. So, yeah, I mean, it's about the best I can do for him. But I do just kind of bring some awareness to not the best of the situation.
Of course, mate.
Yeah.
We do appreciate you.
We certainly do.
I know it's not
the easiest.
Not the most comfortable thing, yeah.
No.
So, thank you, mate.
Yeah, and I know I speak for all of us when I say that we're all behind you. You and your family if you need us for anything. We've built a community here, and
Sorry to hear about that, Mitch.
so that seems a fairly appropriate point to end the stream, and I think just to keep the poignancy of that moment, I'm not going to do my usual plugs. I'm just going to say, make sure you tune in again next week for the Austrian Grand Prix in all 4 tiers. More information can be found on our website, contestofspeed.com, and it is the last race next week before the Christmas break, so you won't want to miss them. Thank you all very much for watching. Thank you all for joining me in both commentary and for interviews. We will see you next week. Goodbye.